I think each and every day, more people will probably be voting for common sense. I think a lot of people moving forward will be voting with their brain and not with their hearts anymore. Because Democrats and a lot of these crazy woke lunatics have screwed up a lot of people. Let me tell you that. If you guys don't know, there was a woman who it was in some kind of gym or something like that, and she basically saw a dude in the women's locker room. Okay, that's crazy. And then she was banned from the gym because he confronted this man that was in the locker room.
Is he a what?
Yeah, boy.
I'm transgender.
Sayo, boy.
No.
Little girl.
No.
Sayo, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so this woman in California, obviously it would be California, what I'm about to tell
Oh my, yeah, I forgot yet to tell you. Yeah, out of all places, it is here in California.
you, has gone into the female changing rooms at the gym, Gold's Gym, and while she was in there, she said she was stripping down, and there was a man in there. So she complained about this, and guess what? She has been banned from the gym.
Gold's Gym! Men! Grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room! And that's why I'm getting kicked out, and I want to make sure the girls know! The fuck?
Yep. Like I said, we have allowed this clown show to happen, and it's been happening for such a long time. All right? People are like, we gotta be tolerant. We gotta be, you know, we've got to be nice to people. We gotta call them by their preferred pronouns. All right, we do that. Okay, call them their fucking preferred pronouns. Would you leave me the fuck alone? All right, miss. Sorry, sir. Put the fries in the fucking bag. All right, and then that goes into, oh, you gotta say that, you know, I'm a woman, even though I have a dick still. It's like, oh my fucking God, bro. When, you know what? Sure, whatever. And now they're invading spaces. And this has been happening for a long, long time now. Women, who are actually men, going into safe spaces that belong to actual biological women, not just women, but also little girls and little children. All right. There was this transgender piece of shit, forgot his fucking name, who would actually film in the women's restroom, pretending to be a woman at Disney World. This is crazy. And now this is happening everywhere, and the people who are getting punished for it are the people who are reporting it. Maybe they should get their own trans restroom. Maybe we should get them a tranny restroom or a transgender restroom or whatever they want to freaking call it, all right? This is absolutely insane, and I'm glad they're calling it out. And this person got banned and got removed from Gold's Gym.
Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I'm the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
Now, somebody who's got daughters myself, we need more women like this who are going to stand up for what is right, because these people want everybody to like care about how they feel and all the rest of it, and they feel entitled to go into the women's restroom, not caring about how women feel about this. And obviously it's not right, we know it's not right, yet in places like California it's still happening. And when you complain about it like she did, she then gets banned from the gym. So that's completely backwards,
crazy,
right?
man.
And as you're going to see in this next video, after she confronts him, this guy walks straight back into the woman's changing room.
How are you? Did you tell me?
That is literally a dude. You heard it? He has deeper voice than I have. That's a fucking man pretending to be a woman so he can go in there and grope other women and get horny. All right, this happened at the Wii Spa. And you know where the Wii Spa is? Also here in California. The Wii Spa several years ago. All right, and the Wii Spa had children in there too. And in the Wii Spa area, there is a spot in the Korean spa where it's mandatory no clothing. All right. I remember my friend, she asked me, hey, Phil, let's all go to the Wii Spa together. I'm like, huh? I was like, yeah, we're going to go with our black friend, Mike. I'm like, no, thank you. I was like, are you guys going to go to the mandatory no clothes area? Like, probably. No, thanks. I'm not going to voluntarily go to the Wii Spa, to the no clothes section, and hang out with my big African friend just to feel inadequate. All right? I'm not going to go over there. All right, I can't have I have like freaking 21:6 vision already. This freaking I'm not gonna go over there and look at other man's dicks. So when it comes to the Wii Spa, there was a guy. You could tell he has chest hair, dick and balls out, everything. Looks like a guy, sounds like a guy, not even fucking blending in. All right, there were children there. And they complained to the Wii Spa people and they couldn't do anything about it. It's because this was the law, right? Because they are a protected class here in stupid California. This is crazy, all right? And I know that J.K. Rowling has been calling this shit out for a long time now. And the thing is, I don't agree with almost everything that J.K. Rowling says other than this, where she wants to protect biological women in women safe spaces, all right? We don't want these freaking, it's ma'am, I have a dick, how do you know I'm a trans? You know, like, we don't want any of this kind of shit going into the women's restroom. That's crazy. Now, if you're a girl, you go into the guy's restroom, you need to take a shit or you need to pee, guys do not care, all right? We don't care about that shit, right? But if you guys want to feel comfortable and safe in your own restroom, you should be able to be comfortable and safe in your own restroom. You don't have to freaking worry about, oh, wow, I wonder if a man's going to come in and whip out his dick, right? Like that's fucking crazy. And you have this shit normalized everywhere now because we, as a society, has grown insanely tolerant to these weird fucks. We should never have been tolerant of this kind of stuff. This is crazy.
Or not that women like to see
I'm
dick.
the guy asking you a fucking question.
Exactly. Get out of the way now. No. Now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked.
Walks back into the woman's restroom like a piece of shit. Like a piece of shit.
Naked in there. Look at him walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay. I understand. I'm not calling.
So this is what she said. Gold's Gym terminated my membership after the man was escorted out by police.
She got a biological woman, got reprimanded, got her terminated, got her membership terminated. It's funny that like these people, these companies and stuff like that, because they don't want trouble, right? I don't want trouble. They basically don't want any of this kind of stuff. So they will basically remove this person who has every right to be upset and cater to the fucking delusional dude that's clearly not a woman. It's because they don't want trouble. They don't want problems and stuff like that. So the easiest thing is to get rid of her, which is completely wrong, which is fucking backwards, fucking stupid. And they never actually asked biological women whether or not they're okay with this. They never asked anything, right? Hey, how do you guys feel about having a trans person in the restroom? Right? And most of these women are trying to be tolerant or trying to be nice and stuff like that, right? And then they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. Oh yeah, it's fine. And then you have a guy whole dick and balls out, right? And some of these people actually have boners. They will go into like the women's locker room, see girls undressing, seeing titties and ass and pussy and shit like that because they're, you know, they're getting out of their fucking clothes and they're showering in there and stuff like that. They were literally going there and walk around with a boner. It happened. These are only the stuff that is being reported. If it wasn't for social media, people will have no idea this shit's happening. The news isn't going to cover this shit. You think mainstream media, you think MSN, NBC, fucking CNN, NBC, you think you think any of them are going to cover this? Maybe Fox, maybe, but they're not going to cover this shit.
Then had me escorted out by officers afterwards. It was embarrassing. I left, but not before making sure everybody knew that they were allowing men in the locker room. Now, this is the actual law in California. It says transgender women, even pre-surgery, even if...
This is the shit that Gavin Newsom okayed. This is the stuff that Gavin Newsom okayed, right? Right? So they are a protected class.
Visibly male presenting, right? They basically have the legal right to use the women's locker room. So basically, men can legally use the women's locker room. Any man who falsely claims to be a woman to gain access could still be prosecuted for other crime. What does that even mean? Any man who falsely claims, like, so basically in California, a biological man, still fully equipped with his meat and veg, the whole package, right? He can legally walk into the women's locker room, and that's completely fine because he says he's a woman. No surgery, no hormone.
Yeah, so basically, you can have the buffest guy, fucking Macho Man Randy Savage, fucking go into the fucking women's locker room. I can't wait to tell you how I feel after my transition. Let me tell you something, Dingleberry. Like, how is this okay? Oh yeah, because you have these fucktards in office that voted him in. All right, this is not just happening in California, though. This is happening in almost every blue state. And even some red states, right? I know that the red states are a lot better, right? We do know that, like, South Carolina, West Virginia, Florida, Texas, it's a lot better. But it's still happening. And these are the ones that are being reported.
It's nothing, just has to say I identify as a female and then he's in there. But then this part makes no sense. They say if a man falsely claims to be a woman to do something criminal, like film or expose himself, then it's illegal. So how do you even prove that it's false? What are we doing? Like, are we going to read their mind and find out, oh look, he doesn't really believe he's a woman? There's no way of proving this. The whole thing is just going to collapse under its own logic. You can't make gender identity the only requirement and then claim you can punish someone for faking it, because there is no test.
And remember, okay, you're like, but she's a black woman. Aren't black women supposed to be oppressed? No. Black women, in terms of the oppression Olympics, they're right in the middle. White people are on what's it called, in the top, right? According to the oppression Olympics, right? White people are on the top, and then you get like Asians, you know, you get Asian people and stuff like that, the cis trans and stuff like that. Like they all like, and then you get black people, right? Who's more oppressed than black people? black trans people, right? And then like non-binaries, and then all the way on the bottom, like black lesbian is it's not as oppressive as being a trans, all right? Black lesbian is like under blacks, right? But you have black males, and then black females, and you have black gays, and then black lesbians, right? And then you have trans, right? Transgenders, right? And non-binaries and shit like that. And then you have like trans people of color. But all the way on the bottom is trans blacks, right? She's not a trans black, right? So basically the transgender man over there, the transgender woman, the man is actually several steps below her because she's trans lesbian, right? Just based off of her build, we're just automatically assuming that she's a lesbian, but she could just be a very, very butch, male loving black woman, right? But in terms of like oppressions, like black trans are all the way on the bottom.
There's no line, there's no way to prove the intent. So basically, it's not equality, is it? Because the women are suffering, and this is like a loophole so big that you could fly a fucking plane through it. There is no common sense whatsoever with this law. Anyway, this is what the woman said after she left the gym.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America.
It is.
Where like trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel?
Yep.
Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed a sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right.
Yep, someone said it in the chat. White men found a cheat code. How to be more oppressed than a black lesbian? Being a white transgender. Right? So here's the thing. You know, we all know the racial oppression Olympics, right? We know that shit. Yo, have a good night, Ego Thrasher. Take care, man. We know that, right? The freaking race and shit like that. You know, the whites are at the top, the blacks are at the bottom, right? And then you have like the Asians, the Mexicans, and everyone all in between, right? That shit, right? And then it resets again, right? With what's it called again? Lesbians, gays, and stuff like that. You know, and then all the colors, and then it resets again, and then it becomes, you know, white trans, and it goes all to the lowest of the low, all the way to the totem pole of the Depression Olympics is black trans people, right? And she's not. She's in the middle. She's right in the middle. So he's like, you know, considered more oppressed than she is because he is a trans.
To be in here. Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the fuck is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel, I'd like to think. And
here's the thing. The chances of her voting, for me, you know, this is just me looking at it from the outside. The chances of her voting Democrat was probably very high, right? I'm not sure where she lives. I'm not sure about her background. She may have voted a Republican, right? But the chances of her voting Democrat are probably pretty high based off of what it is. And then now it's like that it's actually affecting her. She might vote otherwise. She might vote differently in the future, right? It's because if you think about it, all Democrats probably have to, you know, get in lockstep and agree to this kind of shit, right? They all have to agree that Trump's a bad guy. They all have to affirm people's genders and shit like that. They all have to say that men can be women, women can be men. They all have to agree that there's like 72 different genders. They all have to agree that fucking climate change is fucking awful and is ruining everything and shit. They all have to agree with that kind of shit. So I wonder if this is the part where she wakes up, right? She just red pills her. She's like, fuck this shit. You know, I'm being violated. My rights are being violated. And you guys actually do not care about women. It's all about optics and bullshit. I wonder if this will wake her up. Now, if she was originally like, she voted like Republican and shit like that, that's great, right? She was already fighting against this shit. But if she didn't, this will be her last straw.
I get it. Like, everybody has their own things, and I don't explain. I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole
All right. She is a lesbian, okay? So yeah, she's not a butch woman that loves dick, all right? She's a butch woman that loves fisting.
life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightphobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating
She's not racist? She definitely voted Democrat.
people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here? Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to fucking be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms?
Yes. Make trans restrooms. Just make 3 restrooms, okay? One for dicks, one for chicks, and one for trans. But the thing is that these motherfuckers is like, wait, I am a woman. I am a woman and stuff like that. So I should be able to go into the woman's restroom and shit like that. It's that kind of bullshit, right? It's because they think that they're passing. Oh, I look so pretty today, even though I have my giant wiener. Oh my God, you know, I a woman. Like because they want to feel, they want to look, they want to be treated as a woman. That's the reason why they don't want trans restrooms, right? And that's the reason why they switched up to like fucking double gender restrooms, of gender neutral bathrooms and shit like that, right? That's the reason why they implemented those at like fucking coffee shops, like Starbucks and all other restaurants around the world. It's because of that bullshit, because they don't want the transgender restroom, all right? That's the reason why. They're not gonna have a gender neutral locker room. That's you basically have a bunch of dudes having sex all day.
Because it ain't right. The way I feel right now. And don't come into my comments about he gay, he ain't looking at you. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's about a feeling, yo. Like, if you never been a little girl who been touched or been through some shit, you won't understand that feeling. And you've never been a little girl.
Big up to this woman for actually speaking out and saying what everybody's thinking, which is these people do not care about women, but they want to be considered a woman.
Virtue signal, pander, bullshit.
You don't respect how actual women feel in vulnerable spaces. You feel so entitled that you should be in there regardless of how they feel. So you're putting your own selfish entitlement before other women. So she's speaking straight facts. And in terms of Gold's Gym, I don't actually want to blame them because it's not really their fault. The employees can't actually do anything. They can't question or remove somebody who says they're a woman, like legally speaking, because California has made that dumb law. So it's not really their fault. And if they did remove that guy, the gym could actually get sued by the state under anti-discrimination law. That's how backward.
And it's just going to be a discrimination against trans people and stuff like that. Hey, according to the law, you said that, you know, that the fact that I still have my penis, I can go into the girls' restroom and the locker room, right? But all of a sudden you kick me out of the gym. I feel like that's discrimination against me. So like, of course, based off of the statutes of California, because California is backwards, they will win that. And the court does not want that. They don't want any of that. What's going on, Mallard Duck? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, the California court does not want, they don't want any of that. They know it's stupid. They know it's crazy, but they want to make sure that people are okay with this anyways. They know it's wrong, but they do it anyways.
that state is. So they know that their hands are tied. And going back to that law, like I said before, right? What's the point of having the part of the law where they say we could prosecute somebody if they're falsely claiming it, but nobody is going to actually approach any man doing this and even dare to question them and say, are you falsely claiming to be a woman? Because then they're going to say, oh, you're saying I'm not a woman. So the whole thing is just like ridiculous.
Oh my God, I remember this one. Oh my God. Like, bro, at least try. What's going on, Alec? But like, at least try, right? Liberal man pretending to be a woman, offended by woman pretending to be Indian. Well, we living in some clown world, man. We're listening. We're living in some clown ass world. Oh, Native American. I thought it's red dot Indian.
Are you trans? Is that a costume or is that how you are? Huh?
Do I look trans?
A little bit.
You look trans.
But it's also Halloween. I look trans?
Oh, yes, but in your own business. I'm not even talking to you.
You're offended?
Yo, Halloween is 1 year. I mean, 1 month. I mean, not 1 month. 1 day out of the entire year where you can dress up like crazy shit and people should not be able to get offended. But people get offended anyways. Okay? Unfortunately, people get offended anyways. This person dressed up as, what's it called again? Native American and stuff like that. And people who are doing blackface and stuff like that. Now, here's the thing. If a white person, a Mexican person, or whoever that's not Asian dressed up as a Chinese person, dressed up as a Chinese person, I don't care. I don't care. Go ahead and dress up as a Chinese person. Cool. More power to you. I don't know why people get so offended. Right now, is this trans person, this man over here, is he Native American? Right? Now, if he's Native American and he's offended, then he can go fuck right off. It's Halloween. Right? Right? She could just say, I'm cosplaying as Wednesday, cosplaying inside of Adam's family. Trans maxing are failed men who figured out how to cheat code to harass liberal women that rejected them. Yeah, man. Yeah, California is fucked.
Offended, but you're dressed up like a girl.
Do girls have beards?
No.
Well, when they take hormones and shit, they get them.
Yeah, get the hell out of here. Stop harassing that girl. She's not even saying anything or doing anything. She's sort of cute. Hopefully she's not a man, right? But the thing is, you're harassing this girl. You should get the fuck out of there. Yeah, get the hell out of here. You're harassing them.
I will just fucking walk down the street.
Yeah, get out of here. Jesus.
Someone said, as a Native American, her costume is awesome. And
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? I don't think any
She went
Native
all
American
out.
is ever
Like, she went all out for that shit.
going to see a woman dressed like this and ever be offended. But then you've got this complete idiot dressed as a woman, probably using women's spaces again because he feels entitled to it. But then he's getting offended by this, which isn't even the offensive thing here. The entitlement of these people is just something else. It really is. Honestly, guys, they don't live on the same planet as us.
Hey, what's your name? Al. What's your name? Al.
Okay, so this is from David Harris Jr. It says a student faces criminal charges after trashing YAF table at Oklahoma State University.
That was your name? That's a great name.
Yes, it is a great name.
Oh.
This is our property, and you are once again stealing it and littering.
Man,
Yikes.
you must love free speech.
Freedom of speech means you have the right to say whatever you want, and I have the right to tell you to fuck off.
Not censor others.
No, actually grabbing someone's shit and throwing it is actually, you're actually taking someone's property and dumping it everywhere. So this person should get basically arrested and tried for two things, right? Basically stealing and littering.
Is that right?
What?
But not censor others, though, right?
What?
But not censor others, though, right? Freedom of speech.
Such not censure others? What?
Such to not censure others.
Speech.
You understand English?
Does not give you the right.
I have a
to
hearing.
censor
I have a
others.
processing hearing disorder.
No, the person has a disorder of being a piece of shit. You should leave, or we'll report you for harassing. That's what I would do.
Can you speak up?
Yeah. You have the right to freedom of speech, but not to censor others' people's speech.
No. The government doesn't have the right to tell you to shut up. I do.
No,
You
it's called
don't have
the
to
heck. It's called
listen.
the heck.
Then here's the thing. Then if the person that's able to do that, then I can tell you to shut up and just ignore you, right? This is where you get one of those bullhorns, right? Those fucking voice amplifier things, right? And I'll just like talk really fucking loud in front of this man's face.
I can't
veto,
force you to shut up.
It's called the heckler's
but
veto,
I can
buddy.
tell you
Heckler's
to
veto.
fuck off.
No, we can have the police actually remove you because it's called the heckler's veto. It's against the law to actually.
No.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. See, it's funny that these trans motherfuckers do not know the law. Like, you're literally harassing them on school campus. They could call school police and have you removed.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So.
I don't believe you, and
I don't
go
care if
fuck
you believe me. It's the
yourself.
law.
Yep.
But
Right? You can say, like, being ignorant does not mean that you are free from, because you're ignorant to the law doesn't mean that you are innocent from that shit.
Hey, Jesus loves you anyway, and I hope you come to your senses and realize that we can have a conversation without you throwing our stuff away.
I can't have a conversation with people who don't think I deserve rights. You don't deserve a conversation.
Okay.
Now, depending on what state this is, if somebody is taking your property, they're committing a crime. If they're destroying your property, they are committing a crime.
True.
So legally, you are allowed to defend your stuff. And that's what he should have done. Because, honestly, right, that's how people learn. And that's a fact. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think down below. Make sure to like the video. And I will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Yeah, that was a good video. That's a good video. There it is. That's a good video. Here's the video. Go ahead and give it a like. This is the first time I've seen this person's video. I like it. And I'm glad that these people are getting exposed. And yeah, I think that a lot of people should be calling out this kind of shit more often. I think that these people need to fuck around a lot more so they can find out a lot more. Right? They should definitely find out more. A lot of these people, these people are actual NPCs. Right? And a lot of time, they said that I don't have rights. Like, bitch, you're talking about human rights? You're talking about right for being an American? Yeah. You have a right to be here, do all this crazy ass shit, and we have the right to fucking report you and do all that shit, right? So, you're an adult. You look like an adult. If you want to take hormones that will chemically castrate your fucking dicks and balls and shit like that, you can never have kids in the future and stuff like that, go for it. That's your own right. No one is stopping you. All right. We're just here on campus saying that we don't agree with this. And it's always these types of people that will literally go out of their way to ruin another person's good time. Right here, we're just doing this kind of stuff. And if you don't like it, they always resort to violence. Like, if I don't agree with you, I'm just going to shoot you. If you're saying things that I don't like, I'm going to destroy your property. I'm going to burn your stuff down. These are all the same things. And these are the people that want you to affirm their gender and call them by their correct pronouns. And if not, they will attack you for it. Right? These people are absolutely nuts. But there it is. There's the link. Go and check it out. This is a good video. So, woman banned from gym for confronting a man in the locker room. This is crazy, man. Crazy world we're living in.